Welcome to another special edition of Mark's Tasty Tong. Right, yes. I'm just trying to balance the phone at the minute. Hold your horses, stand by. Keeps wanting to turn. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. And welcome back. How's it? We've got a viewer already. I have coffee in hand. I'm not endorsing this company. I'm not promoting it. I'm not being paid. It does taste good. Morning, Kev. Or should I say good evening? You shall be having evening now at the moment. Let's get that cough out now before we start cutting. Yolandi, how's it? Right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some lovely Irish beef. I have 9 roasts. They're not as big, but they are a good size. I'm going to chuck that on the side. You're in the pub. Of course you are. Australia and the virus don't exist. You guys have isolated yourselves. Hope you've all had a good week. Earned a few quids. Oh, some of you haven't, and I'm sorry for that. How's it, Stacey? Clint, good morning, young man. We're gonna set you down there. I've already set up. I've already sharpened up the blades. Uh-oh, I nearly deleted somebody's comment. Can you see me? Hello. Of course you can. Right, my scrap tub is at the ready. Meat tub's at the ready. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? First one looks pretty decent. I am going to be... Alexa, play. Sorry if I set yours off. Now, these roasts, yes, there's a little bit of soft fat there, but there's some really nice hard fat here, which I will be keeping. Let's get rid of this strip on the side like we usually do. So again, we just slipping into the side. Someone has asked me if I can keep these and dry them. So I'll have a separate tub on the side and I'll keep that. She has some puppies that are possibly teething, I'm not sure, but the sinew on the side here would be perfect for that. So let's get rid of this soft stuff. Hope you've all had a good first week back at work if you're working. If not, and you're homeschooling, my condolences. No, can't be that bad. Just stay off the alcohol. Even if you're tempted, don't do it. So I am literally just wanting to take off sinew on the side. Look at that marbling there. How awesome is that? Now that's fat over there, so I'm going to keep it. Let's flick this over. We've got some soft stuff here. I'm I'm gonna just slice that off. Well, my knife doesn't feel as sharp as it usually does. Or maybe it is. I'm just using it wrong. It's all about the angle. Someone asked me on one of my videos, not sure if it was last week or before, what knife I prefer. And I didn't really give them an answer I think they would have liked to have heard. I just said, whatever knife is more comfortable for you. And truth be told, if you are comfortable using a flipping bread knife, then use the bread knife. You know, this is going to have some awesome fat in it. Now, I am going to start with my Nego. I don't know if that's how you spell it, or how you say it. Nego, N-E-G-O. Nego or Nego, I don't know. So, let's put it on its back and just straighten this edge up. Beautiful piece there, but I might take this, it's a little too chunky on the end here. So let's take that piece off. It's a little bit tatty, but you know what? When it's dry, it'll be fine. You see what I meant when I said that's going to be nice marble? Look at that. You can see straight away when you look into the meat that there's going to be some nice marbling. I do need some lean out of these roasts, so I'm hoping they're not all like this. Although it's nice to get them, I do also need the lean, because I need to make some chili bites. I'm just cutting this whole thing upside down, just because I've got a nice flat surface on the other side. Run your fingers through, make sure you've got a nice clean cut through. We had a bit of snow last weekend. In the week we've had a bit. Nothing to write home about, nothing to engage four-wheel drive in my truck, but it might still come, who knows. I think Scotland have had quite a lot. Some areas obviously have had more than others. Right, nice and quick and easy these ones, because they're quite small. There's no bottom round on these, as the Americans call it, the bottom round. But look at the marbling in there, it's beautiful. It's going to be really nice biltong, this. I love that. Look at that. Is it even in screen? Yes, it is. Look at that piece. Oh, nice and tasty. Next one looks even smaller, actually. These are quite small. About half the size I'm used to. Ordered 3 boxes of meat, and usually only about 6 roasts. There was 9 in this lot, so we've got some sloppy stuff here. Let's get rid of that. And of course we have this sinew on the side. Let's just trim the edge of that up. I'm going to try and get this in one chunk. I am purposefully taking a little bit of meat off with it, because these are going to a friend with some spaniel pups. Those will get dried separately. unsalted.
Get more free music on your favourite devices. Just download the Amazon Music app to start streaming from anywhere. Go to your app store and search Amazon Music to get started.
Can we get that piece off? Look at that. I don't know if I should take this off here. It's a bit sloppy, but it's okay. A little bit of sinew on the side here. Right, let's turn this over and have a look on the other side. This is definitely going. Again, while you're trimming and you lift the fat up, try not to take too much of the nice stuff off. All we're trying to do is take off the very loose skin, the snotty skin, I call it. Create yourself a little flap, go in underneath, pull and slice at the same time. It works. Not like my fat trimmer did not work. I've had some awesome feedback on, look at this now, see there, some cow hair, that's got to come off. So it'll come off with this piece of fat. That's why it's very careful to look. You can just see it there. I'm very good at spotting these things. There is no more foreign objects. Again, a funny shape, so we're gonna flip it over. I'm still using the Nego or the Nego. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say Nego because it sounds wrong. I think it's Nego. Right. Beautiful, beautiful meat again. Sip of my coffee in a second because I don't want it to get cold. Had some hot cross buns for breakfast. Delicious and nutritious. I've got a bit of work to do on my truck today. Got some new tires. There's someone from Italy trying to phone me. Not. Somebody's trying to phone me on WhatsApp. I guess they don't realize I am live, or maybe they do. Who knows? I shall phone you back if you are watching. Really nice again, beautifully sliced into my tub. We're ready for the next one. I knew we would fly through these because they're not very big. Not a lot of trimming going on. Obviously we're just taking the very thin stuff off. Give it a quick rinse. My room is a little warm because I need to switch the machines off. I had a batch of Drovos in there, which is out now, ready to be bagged and tagged. Those big pieces I'm obviously keeping of the sinew. Going to dry them out unsalted. Now we're just taking this soft stuff off, as we do. Now there is a bit of, I'm not throwing that away because there's meat on there. This can be a thin piece. Obviously the more you do, the quicker you get. I haven't had the misfortune of slicing myself for quite some time, and I intend to keep it that way. Hope I haven't jinxed myself now. I always say accidents are avoidable. I'm gonna leave that bit. There is a little bit up the top here. This. But that's beautiful fat on there. Right, let's this one's at a funny angle. I'm gonna go that way this time. You see how sharp this knife is? Look, one stroke down, in and down. Hardly using any force at all. The sharpness of your blade should do it. When you get to that part where that bit of a seam there is, it's a little bit tougher. I'm going to flick her over now. And see, I've still not got a really flat edge this side because my knife went in at an angle. So let's fix that. Should cut them more like this because the top of the roast is a lot flatter, so but it's just getting through that fat at the bottom. Now obviously I am varying the thickness of my slices. Let's move those straight away. I'm going to just trim off some of the bottom of this. I want some lean, so see, the really lean stuff just comes off so easy. Let's flick this over now so we're the right way round. You see there's a little bit of loose skin there and it's moving when I cut it. It'll be a really thick piece on the outside, but that's fine. Fine, fine, fine. Lovely, jubbly. How many guys we got watching? 55 people. That's brilliant. Happy New Year, Huey. Who else is watching? Eric, Jack, Paul. How's it? How's it? Happy New Year. I said it last week. I'll say it again. A touch of cinnamon in your coffee is really nice. I love cinnamon coffee. I love cinnamon. You know, I've had a bad experience with some cinnamon. We won't even go there. Now, this particular roast looks like it's the best one for fat. I am going to switch blades. I'm going to put those two to the side and I'm going to use that one and my saboteur. I'm going to show you this before I flip it over. Look at the fat on that. Beautiful, beautiful. I will be trimming this bit off here though. Might as well do that now. Far too sloppy. That is proper sloppy. But it looks lekker. I haven't used this knife for a little while. It's a bit lighter than the other one. I like it. It's a cheapo, but it's not all about the money. It's what's comfortable in your hand. I'm fine with that now. It's a bit stringy stuff here. I want to keep the yellow fat, so I'm literally just going to take that top bit off. I'm good with that. Let's take the strip off the back. Although some of it has been taken off, they left me some. And that piece will go in for the puppies. Do you know what? I think we're done on that trimming. There's a little bit of sinew there, and a little bit there. Let's be pedantic. I like that word. Sip of coffee. What you guys got planned for the weekend? Anything exciting? As long as it's legal, you're good to go. Look how sharp this knife is now. I haven't used it yet, so that is super sharp. This is the part Becky likes. Is it not, Bex? Is she watching? We haven't heard from Bex or Al all week. Here we go. Look at the meat in that. I knew it was going to be a nice one. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Let me give you a close-up on that one. Look at that. Someone's slashed it there, but that is some really nice marbling. Let's just create us a bit of a more flat edge here. See, when you cut across the grain on a, let me show you again, on some good marbling, you get this zebra effect, or almost like a giraffe, I guess. You get zigzags, and that's what happens when you slice it the other way. Right, I've turned it back over. Let's go in and out, in and out, in and out. Whether you're in Australia, Africa, Asia, anywhere, you slice it the same. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. That is some really nice beef, even for you Wagyu lovers. That's bordering on Wagyu. That is beautiful, beautiful. I knew that would be a really nice one. That is super stunning. Look at that. Tag your mates with that one. Man, oh man, that's some beautiful beef. And that's from the Republic of Ireland. The Irish beef is still pretty good. And my Irish accent is terrible, so I'll stop doing that. My South African accent is very, very good. And my Zimbabwean accent is even better. I'm back to the nego. And I'm calling it a nego. Let me just rinse this off. I want to try something. But my honing I really need to up my skills with this honing. That's me honer. Lovely jubbly. It does make a difference actually. I've tried it before. Once you start sharpening your blade, let's go back to the Nego. I'm going to use that as a trimmer at this stage. This is all very loose blood, clots, etc. Now go back to the trimmer. I've just sharpened this again. I do like this skinning. It's a fish filleting knife, but it works great for this. Very, very good. You can get the blade right in underneath that sinew. Lift and pull at the same time. That one goes in for the dryer for the pups. This is just fat. Geez, my condenser fan on my fridge is rather noisy. Now you'd think with my refrigeration background I'd have had a new one put in there, but I haven't. I figure while it's working, leave it. Something my dad always told me. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. It's not broken, it's making a bit of noise, but it's still doing the job. Bit of sinew here. I need that gone. Always get a bit on this side. Right, let's flip this over. Again, we've got some really nice I'm supposed to be putting some lean aside for chili butts, but I haven't had any nice lean stuff. I'm going to have to order some of my Isle of Man beef again, I think. It didn't have as good fat. This has got the nicer fat. But for those that want lean, they're not happy. Fortunately, I did have a lot of fatty orders this week, so last week's stuff is all gone. There's a little bit left. It's fine. Here we go. I think that'll do. There's a bit of sloppy here as well, so let's take that off. What I have discovered is I'm getting a lot more comments on YouTube now. All I need to do is get YouTube famous, start advertising on there. I can quit my job. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, please. Look for Mark's Tasty Tong or Mark's Tasty Biltong. I'm not sure if I have it under Mark's Tasty Biltong or not. I'm going to just turn this over now because the back, or the top, should I say, is flatter. Really nice beef. Very pleased with this Irish beef. I don't know why, but it is cheaper than local. Go figure. Oh God. Alexa, next. I really got no time for Spice Girls at this time of the morning, although it is nearly 11 o'clock. not listening to Spice Girls while I'm slicing this. I have a selection of 90s playing in the background. So while you're doing, and you got the side, always hold, stops the knife from slipping, keeps the meat together. Then simply fold over your slices. Try not to get too many folds in your beef. Especially those of you in very hot countries. You have any gaps in your meat, any holes like that where the arteries come through and everything, it's prime location for flies. Something I don't have an issue with because all my making is indoors. What I do need to do is change my containers quickly. So hold fire. Just because they are overflowing. Ooh. Very good. Rock and roll. Let's get on with the next one, shall we? This will be number 6 now. Like I said, we're going to fly through these, they're not very big. A little tip for you guys who cut up more than one roast as well. When you're taking out, if you're getting your beef in vacuum sealed packaging, slice your packets lengthways and crossways, and that way, see, I always rinse mine afterwards just to get rid of all the blood before it goes into the bin. Stops attracting critters. All my scrap meat is frozen prior to bin day. And that is to stop again any cats, foxes, birds, flies trying to get into your bin. It's no good. So I've taken off what I want to take off on that side. Still a bit sloppy stuff on this side. I keep doing what I keep telling you not to do, and that's slice towards myself. And I shouldn't be doing that. Ooh, taking a bit too much meat off there. Come on, Schultz. Okay, here we go. Let's take this. So this one has quite a lot of sloppy stuff, hence why I'm just taking my time with this one. Yes, I'm being a little pedantic as you do. I'm gonna leave the rest, that's fine. Let's get rid of this tail end, so to speak. Look how that slices through. One slice. Oop.
What do you get when you cross a giraffe with a hedgehog? A 6-foot toothbrush.
To Did you hear that joke? Be thankful you didn't. It was awful. Crossing a hedgehog with a giraffe. What do you get? A 6-foot toothbrush. It's a terrible joke. So, this one has got some nice marbling as well. It doesn't look like I'm getting very much lean off this, guys. So, if you're going to order lean this week, you might have to wait till next week. I'm telling you, this, some of the marbling on this is amazing. You see, you got those lines. Now, you see me constantly turning the meat sometimes. It's just where you're comfortable slicing. I really don't have an issue with cutting with the grain and against the grain. The question has been asked and answered so many times. What's the best way to cut it? There is no best way. You can cut it both ways. It's just as nice. I've told you before, if you cut with the grain and then slice it with a machine, it's easier to chew because it'll break away easier. But if you cut against the grain and then across, it's going to be more chewy. Some people like that. Right, we are moving with a speed. We're down to 3 left. Let me have a sip. What's the time now? 10 to 11. I want to be finished by 1:15. Very quick rinse off when it comes out the packet, and all that does is get rid of all the excess blood. Now I'm using my saboteur for this. You don't have to use a filleting knife like I do use. Now this one doesn't have a very thick strip of sinew on the side, so those puppies weren't getting much off that. So it is easier and better with this. Oh, there's a lot of sloppy stuff on the other side. I can feel it already. When you need to get to this sinew on the side here, just slice down the side. I'm leaving the rest, it's not bad. And like I said, there's some sloppy stuff down here. This is very sloppy. I am cutting towards myself, but I'm being careful. So, don't moan at me. I still got all my fingers for now. I try to be very careful and respectful of my knives, my slicing machine. Heaven help me if that ever went wrong. Tell you what, you would not. I'd have to stop working. I don't even want to think about that. Right, we're on to the nego, or nego. I said I was going to call it a nego. It's a nego. all we're doing here is straightening up the edge so that we can get nice get through that. Beautiful. See that? Look again, marbling. Tell you, those that order a little bit fatty this week are in for a serious treat. Some beautiful marbling in this meat. I love it. Now, because that whole roast has fell back, find yourself slicing at more of an angle. This is where now pushing from the side helps. Keeps it up. Let's go all the way. That last one I'm gonna have to do separate. It's just too thin. It's too much of an awkward shape. So let's split this now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Look like wings. Could be. Now, I'm going to cut some strips out of this one. Like I said, you don't have to have two fat pieces from trying to cut that. So I just cut 3 strips. Bingo. And Bob's your auntie. Slippy that one. Yeah, thankfully I dropped it with the plastic still on. Even better. Now, this one gets a little extra rinse because found a little bit of hair on there already. And I can assure you it was not mine. This is proper slippy, puffy stuff. That is proper snotty. I want to keep this yellow fat. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Even here now. We're good. Let's flick this over. You can see they've attempted to take this off. They haven't done it properly. So let's clean that up. Let's get that bit of sinew off that end. I don't know where that's from, but you know what? It's going to get dried up. Still make biltong. I'm going to leave that bit of fat there. Going to leave that bit of fat. Bit of sinew here on the edge. That goes in the bin too. Here we got some more sloppies here. We're fine. I'm happy with that. Right. Alexa, next. Except to get an advert. charming. Right, I like to get rid of this little funny angle very early on so that you've got a nice straight edge, like I always say. Let's just take that little end piece off. Just a hanging piece of fat is no good. And if your meat is warm, it's harder to cut, eh? Make sure it is ice cold. Like I said, this room, we're sitting at 18 degrees in here now because I switched the machine off this morning. But now in the winter, usually it can go down to 8 degrees or even lower, which I prefer when slicing meat, but didn't have a choice today. Look at that, more tasty marbling. So much for the lean stuff this week. Oh well, it's all going to be original and garlic, because I haven't got much garlic left. And I am just going to have to order some other meat next week. So if you're going to order chili bites this week, you're in for a bit of a wait, because I don't have any. And with this lot, I'm not going to have any. It's worth waiting for. But I like to do it with the right meat. This is not the right meat for it. Couple of thin strips at the end here. These can be really fatty bits. It's alright. They'll make nice biltong. So again, all we're doing is flicking this over, slice through, make sure you've gone all the way through, all the way through. Look at that. Again, some beautiful, beautiful wings. Some nice marbling in there again. Cannot go wrong with that. And guess what, folks? We are almost done. I literally have one left. Nine roasts in probably just about an hour or so. Don't know how long we've been going. It's pretty good going. I think even a qualified butcher might be impressed with that time. I am not a qualified butcher. I'm qualified at making biltong. Right, let's use that one again. That's a piece of meat, I'm using that. If you think you can dry it and eat it, keep it. If you think it's scrap, scrap it. I am not going to tell you what to do. I'm showing you how I do it. You don't like the way I do it? That's fine by me. My videos are for people who want to learn, and if you don't want to learn, then I'm sorry for you. Here we're cutting along. That's going to be a puppy piece. Very sharp, this one. You can feel the sharpness of a blade. It's amazing. Blunt knife versus sharp knife. I can tell you any day. I am just trying to get rid of all this sinew because I don't like it. And I don't want my customers moaning, oh, the biltong was too chewy or whatever. Actually, get more compliments than anything else. Nothing but good feedback, which I like. Alrighty. Got a bit of stringy stuff here, here on top. Here. Let's take that off. See, when I pull that, you got this loose stuff. Cut it off. You don't need it. It is just a membrane between the muscle, which is what we are making biltong out of, and the fat between the muscle and the outer skin. The very thin stuff you don't have to take off because it will dry to nothing. Right, let's flick that over. Let's go back to my saboteur. Actually, I haven't even used my masterclass cheapo jobby. Should be very sharp. Again, relatively cheap knife. And you know what? It does the job. Just might not hold its edge long enough, or as long as a more expensive knife. Always be very careful when using a nice sharp knife. Fingers are very important. We need them. We're humans. This one's not as fatty as the others. Still not worthy of chili bites though. So that's the downside. No chili bites this week, folks. Sorry for that. But you can order chili biltong. You can order garlic or original. Plenty of all. This is all going to be original. Some garlic. Need to top up my garlic. I'll have a look, see how much chili I have actually. It's just a shame. I wanted to do some original bites and some chili bites. I'm going to have to do just that big batch next weekend. We'll get some in the week. Well, that's a serious load. Now I can fill my basin up. What I usually do after I've sliced is scrape my boards slightly. There's a lot of fat on there. That all goes into the scrap bin. The knives go straight into some hot water, antibacterial, very liquid. Rinse off my nice cloth. Just give a quick wipe where the roasts have been dripping. All the meat will be weighed up now. I'll decide what gets what. Let's get you off the phone holder. Gee whiskers, I only got one watching. Does get a bit boring after, but hey. Okay, folks, have a fantastic weekend. Let me show you what came out earlier. Check this out. Beautiful, beautiful drive horse. Plenty now in stock. To be exact, I think I got about 16 kilos. Very, very nice. Lovely, eh? Right. Have a good weekend. Tune in again next time for another special edition of Mark's Tasty Tong. Cheers, guys.